Okay, so the next step is complete. I have rebuilt it. The GPU is vertical. The system in the top of the case is the ITX system that I'm now using for my gaming PC, and the ATX PC is running Proxmox with TrueNAS as a virtual machine and an NFS and SMB share for the media. And currently I'm working on setting up LXC containers for the applications I'm going to be hosting, and it's going slow but steady. Someone mentioned in the comment section of the last video what they were thinking and some of the difficulties that they had with the nature of dual building, and I'm going to address that at the end of this. Just wanted to cover a few quick notes. One of which is that the audio and the USB are working properly. If you take a look here, you can see that I have a USB cable, a USB stick, plugged into the Type A ports, which are routed to the main machine, and the USB-C port, the 20 gigabit port, goes to the server. And the audio also goes to the desktop machine, I should say. Now, something else that's interesting is, given that if you do the math, the TDP on the ITX system is actually higher than the ATX system, because now the GPU is blah, blah, blah. It's tied in with that. So the front three fans, I have those routed to the ITX system, and that's using a splitter rather than the hub, because the hub, when if the ATX system is on and the ITX system is off, will run at 100% duty cycle. And yeah, so to address that question, one of the topics that they mentioned, I'm sorry I can't pronounce your name, it's in Russian Cyrillic. I should have taken those Cyrillic classes back in the day. So you're worried about the spacing of the case, and that is a very reasonable concern. It's pretty, let's say, tight in there, but it's actually more than okay for a HBA and for a server GPU. I'm looking at the P2200. That is more than enough room. That GPU I can lift and remove, and I can, inside there, put in a 10 gig NIC, no problem, and that HBA and Quadro GPU, they will fit without issue. To address the dual booting, I'm going to save that till last, because that's something I've done quite a bit of work with. I was once a Linux gamer. I am not anymore, but it was a learning experience and it was good. As far as components, you did mention a 5700G versus a 7700. I would highly recommend that you go to the E05 platform. If you have the option, E05 you don't have to go as expensive as the 7700G. You can choose a cheaper CPU and a relatively decent motherboard, and you should be fine. The reason for this is AM4 is not a dead platform, but it's more practical to buy it. If the 5700G is essentially the best CPU that comes with a built-in GPU that you can put on the platform, and that is very limiting, especially in this scenario. I would ideally like a 5900X just with some sort of display output, but I cannot do that. I can do it with a lot of work. If I was to swap out to a 5900X, I'd have to tear it down, do the dance with the GPU, and then build it again inside the case. So in terms of cases, I don't know a whole lot of dual build cases, but I do know that Fantex, not every single, but the majority of their cases, their ATX cases, do support dual build functionality. The thing is, you need to buy the kit that comes with it, and you need to check inside the manual, which is available online. So take a look at the Fantex cases. They're not particularly expensive. You did mention price in there. A lot of cases that do tout functionality, such as dual building, they will be in the higher price margin. But yeah, take a look at Fantex. The majority of their ATX cases do have the functionality. It's going to be based on what I had to do. You need to get a specific power supply, which is the P1000S or the P1200S. And you also need to get the cable kit, the extension kit, the PCIe extension kit, along with the ITX bracket. And both of those normally add up to about $150 US. But yeah, best of luck. Thank you for watching the video, and take care.